get out of your own way and just do it. So the thoughts that you allow in your head is exactly what you will do and who you will be.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Reside Platform podcast. I'm your host today, Suneet Agarwal. And today I'm joined by someone who perfectly blends creativity, business, strategy, and heart. Lauren Callaway is the CEO and founder of PH Realty Team, PH Design Firm, and several other ventures. Well, we're going to talk about all of it, all based in Texarkana, Texas. In just 6 years, she's grown from one business to 10 and recently opened up a new multi-million-dollar headquarters that brings all her companies under one roof. And we're going to talk about that too. She's a real estate broker, interior designer, entrepreneur, wife, and mom. And she's built her success by connecting all those pieces into one awesome vision. We're going to dive into how she built it, what drives her, and how ancillary businesses have become her biggest asset. Let's dive in. Lauren, what's cracking? How's it going?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on. I'm so honored.
Before we got started, you were talking about being in your new podcast room.
Yes. So in my new office, we took an old warehouse and remodeled it into our actual office. So we worked with the current footprint. Of course, we took it down to the studs and redid, but we had some of these kind of awkward spaces. So I was like, I think those would make perfect podcast rooms. And with everything, social media, how important it is, reels, videos, all those things, I really wanted to give the agents and designers a space that they could go and just, geek out on all the podcasts and all the reels and things like that. So we created these two different rooms. This is one of them. This is actually the first time I've personally used this
That's
room.
so cool. That's so cool.
I love them. The agents have loved them. I actually put these walls up with my own two hands.
That's awesome. Dude, I
Yeah.
want something. I've had podcast rooms and green screen rooms forever, but they never look cool like yours.
Thank you. Well, what's so funny is these were kind of an afterthought. So these were not originally budgeted in. So when we got to the end, we just did not have the extra funds to really do it super professionally. So I just did some research and I thought, you know what, I can do this myself. And then obviously with my design background, with our staging furniture and everything, we were able to just kind of pull in some things. But I
Oh,
ordered everything off of Amazon as far as the walls go. And I just got in here one weekend and put it all up and then decorated it out.
can you send me the link? And for those of you watching and listening, we'll put the link for the wall pieces in there too, because I need some of that in my life. It looks so good.
Yes, absolutely.
So you built this ecosystem of companies, which we kind of talked about: real estate, design, staging, all
Yes.
under the PH brand. What do you got and how do they connect and how do they support each other?
So I actually was in the design business before I got into real estate. I've always been in sales and I was more in the fashion industry for years. And then I just started doing design for friends who were building, who needed help. And I then turned that into a business. And then they started taking me to properties that they were going to buy and were asking me how I would turn it into their, forever
Oh,
home. So I thought, why don't I get my license and I can just find the home, sell them the home, I can list the home, remodel the home before listing, all the things. So that's how that started. Once I started my real estate career, I was an independent agent with a different brokerage for several years. And in the state of Texas, you have to have 4 years under your belt and a ton of hours before you become a broker.
okay.
So once I was able to do that, I started my own independent thing and then joined EXP and grew a team. And so that's when the real estate side really kind of blew up, other than just my own, self and sales. So with the design, we obviously get a ton of clients into the real estate world because I've either designed their home, and every single time I'm remodeling or designing a home, I always have resale. And my clients really
Sure.
appreciate that. Because even if they're building it or remodeling it as their forever home, there's a large chance that may not be the case. So they really appreciate the fact that I can come in there and I know the real estate side of it and can design things based off of not what's only going to work for you, but what's going to be, for the masses.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, and then I started a property management company, and I also have the investment side where we flip, we wholesale, we buy and hold. So, really, just everything is full circle. I mean, we are finding properties for investors, which then obviously we can turn around and manage. With our design services, we can offer all those make readies for our property management properties. And so we can send our crew in and get everything make ready for them. They really don't lift a finger. They don't have to do anything themselves. We take care of every single thing from top to bottom.
You are real estate-ing for real. Wow, you are doing all the real estate things. I love it.
Yes. So all of our staging too, when we go in and stage a house, that's done through our design company, and we have an e-commerce site where people can actually go shop all of the furniture that is in our homes. So a potential buyer may walk in and say, I mean, we just want to buy it as is. And so they just go on that link and buy all the furniture and it can just move right into the house.
I love that. That's so neat. That's so cool. So after hearing that, a bunch of people are going to be inspired. I want to say, wow, I have a team, but I want to do some other stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, being
Yeah.
able to make renters into first time home buyers is a really cool thing. So, I mean, you have an entire database of renters, most who think they could never buy a home. Well, we can start
Right.
marketing to them right as they become tenants. Like, hey, did you know you may not be ready now, but we can show you how to get ready and we can turn you into a home buyer. So, we have a whole database of people that we can work with on that regard. So it's really like all of my agents are amazed at how many really organic leads we get just from all of the other companies.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what you want, right?
Right.
I love how that works. So, what advice do you have for someone that wants to do something like that? Start building those supporting businesses.
Probably the number one thing is, well, there's two really important things. One being you have to have help. You literally cannot do this all by yourself. I mean, I have a direct hand and a strong hand in all of it, but I have people that are helping me in each business, running the daily operations, helping with the design because you cannot do it alone. So if you're not a designer, maybe you find a designer who wants to partner up and you guys can create a company together that
Sure.
way, things like that. And then systems are so important. And honestly, to this day, I still work on the systems. And that's like one of the number one things that I'm obsessed about because when you do have so many ancillary businesses that play a part with each other, how you get one business involved with the other business and you teach the agents all the different opportunities they have, it
Mhm.
can be confusing. So
Totally.
getting systems down is really important. And we are like just on the cusp of being pretty dang perfect at it. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah.
So what's the system? Now I'm curious because I have 5 businesses running out of one platform. I'm
Mhm.
curious.
So our CRM, we run our entire CRM for all of our businesses out of Follow Up Boss.
Okay, great.
So
And then is it
mhm,
all out of the same account?
yes, all the same account. So and we just have different ponds and we have teams set up in Follow Up Boss. So my designers are on a team, my agents are on a team. We have our acquisition agents who are working the investment side are on a team. We have ponds for everything. But we originally did not have everything in the same CRM, and it was a nightmare because the whole purpose is to get business from each business. So when we switched everything over to the same CRM, which we did about a year ago, game changer. So that was super helpful.
That is so smart. All
Yeah.
in follow, boss. I really like that.
Yes. we use, as far as our transaction management, aside from what EXP has us use, we use Sisu, and we're able to incorporate tasks and triggers and forms that would then pop in to say, so if somebody needs staging, then it goes over to the design side and a designer is alerted to
Oh,
then, yeah. So it's a whole thing that we've had to set up to where everyone is able to kind of work together.
so let's talk about the new multi-million-dollar headquarters out there. We talked a little bit about the podcast room and setting it up, but what was that process like? And what's it feel walking into that spot now?
I mean, it was amazing. Like, I can't even, I still pinch myself that it's like an actual real thing. I mean, the fact that I can even afford to build this is just still beyond like it.
That's so cool.
I never would have thought that I could actually afford. Now, I mean, I still have to pay for it every single month. So, I mean, we've got to continue to work, right, to pay that. But the fact that I could even fathom having this is completely amazing to me, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud of my team and everyone involved because they were really behind me in all of it and are so excited to be a part of it too.
Yeah, like if you got that warehouse, like how many offices are in there? Like,
So we actually have only 6 dedicated offices. Now, they are large enough to where right now we're not doing this, but they are large enough to where if I need to, one of the things that I did with this office is all of our wall systems are modular.
oh,
So
cool.
I can go in and rearrange and redo as needed.
Thinking ahead.
I also built it to where the front half I can actually put in a second floor.
Oh,
So
cool.
I can go up if I need to. So we've got it to where we can grow, but I sort of the design is like I call it my mullet. It's like a business in the front and party in the back. So this sort of back
The
half
mullet.
where we all are sitting in an open space area. So all of
Oh,
the
cool.
agents and designers are all working together in an open space. We have really cool murals painted in there. We have cool light up signs that are just, it's fun and fresh and vibrant in the back. And our front's a little bit more, here's our professional face, like with our nice furniture and all the things. So
Do you have like a video or a website for the office or pictures or anything?
I have pictures and I'm still waiting. We have a commercial coming, so I'm still waiting on that to come back. But I do already have the photographs, and then we're going to start blasting that out on social.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so everyone watching, if you're excited to see what Lauren's new office looks like, I know I am, then
Yeah.
stay
And
tuned.
it's really not, it's not just the office. So we have a full warehouse attached to our office that houses all of our staging. It's where we get all of our shipping and receiving for our design. And then we
That's all.
also have a separate, it's a detached building, but it is on our property and it's a gym. So we
That's
have
what
a
I was
gym.
gonna ask. Do you have a gym?
We do have a gym on site.
Sick.
It's one of my, I know it's amazing. One of my agents is my trainer. She's my personal trainer. So we sort
Oh,
of built it so I could work out, here. And it's become a thing where all the agents that work for me are allowed to use the gym. The designers can use the gym. It's not open to the public. You have to only either work with the trainer or you can go in there if you are a part of the PH Realty
so
company.
work with with your trainer. Absolutely cool. So do a little opportunity there too. I love that. So you talked a little bit about Sisu. You talked a little bit
Yeah.
about Pub. What
Yes.
about some other tools that you guys are using?
Reside is, we are going into Circle and implementing a lot of things in there. What I've really loved about Reside is actually putting all of our team events in there. For whatever reason, that's been super helpful because then it's,
Awesome.
yeah, we've tried different calendar things and this one putting it in there and as an event and it pops on all the agents' calendars. It's been really helpful. And then we're working on actually setting up our onboarding for our team inside Circle so that we can monitor that a little bit better. So that's going to be cool. We have so many systems that we use across all the companies that being able to find the ones that really can work across multiple companies has been really important for us. So that's why FUB's been really great. We just also use simple O Google, the whole Google platform, the Google Forms and Drive and stuff like that.
With all these businesses, and how many kids do you have?
I have two,
Two.
15 years old and 11 years old.
What helps you stay centered and focused?
So for me, I've had to set boundaries, and I actually did this pretty early on in my really real estate career. I don't take calls past a certain time at night. It's actually on my voicemail. Like if you call me past 6:30 p.m., I will get back to you on the next business day. Now, my clients know that if I am in an active transaction with them or a design project or something detrimental or whatever has come up, obviously I will take that. But you have to really make sure that you're spending that time with your family. I'm married, and so I've got to make sure that my husband's taken care of and the kids. And so just setting those boundaries has been really important to me. But I also love to work. So, like going and doing something on the weekend, like putting a design project together, even though that's work, it doesn't necessarily feel like work to me. So, I don't necessarily have hobbies because my hobbies are my work.
Totally. I
So,
hear that a lot.
I mean, but doing things like making sure that I make my workouts and I like to, in the morning, my routine is not to get up and work out right away. I like to get up before anybody else is up and have coffee and I read my Bible. And so that's kind of my morning routine and that's sets the tone. And if I don't have that sort of silence first thing in the morning, then I can be just a little disheveled.
Yeah, same. I need that little self-reflecting time when everyone's still asleep. But then I work
Yeah.
out. So you've got this blend of skills, both as a broker and interior designer, which I think gives you a cool creative lens on real estate. How does that design background influence the way that you approach real estate business?
As far as the luxury realm goes, I mean, it was an automatic shoe in for that because people know that I design well. They know what I can do on the design side. So anytime it's a luxury property, they're getting me in there because I know all the stuff. Like I know what the finishes are. I know what type of countertops that is. I know the appliances. I know whether it's a Venetian plaster. I know if we have cast stone on the outside. Like I know those things. That is another thing that I train my agents on. So we actually have people that will come in and teach them all the different types of countertops, the finishes that they can come in so that they can start to understand those things too, because it's very valuable when you can go into a home and point something out that somebody doesn't know. Like there's a house that we're about to list that was previously listed by another agent. And when I went over to stage it, I told the owner, I said, "You've got all this cast stone on the outside of this house." I said, "People can't afford to put that in at this price point today. Like this house was built in 2009 and it was affordable then. You can't afford that now." And I said, "So we really need to talk about that." And she goes, "I didn't even know that that was cast stone." And I said,
Wow.
"Well, I mean, it's a valuable asset to be able to get cast stone in your house at this price point. So we're going to really use that as a selling point." So I think that it's helped a lot. But I also can go in right now. I have a listing where they're selling his mother's home. Well, it's all original, it's dated, but the bones are great. It's a great house. It's just cosmetically super dated. So
Sure.
what I can do is I can go in and I can actually virtually renovate each room. And what I do is I do a booklet and I do an actual pre-quoted package on this is exactly what it's going to cost to do these renovations and this is what it will look like. So we price it accordingly, obviously, to what it is as is. And they already know up front what they're going to spend to get it to the way they want it. And so they don't have to do any of that legwork.
Lauren, that's so awesome. Great
Thank
job. And
you. Yeah.
also, like, you built everything right there in Texarkana. Is that where you're from?
I'm actually, well, pretty much. I was born in Dallas, moved here when I was 2 years old, went to high school here, left when I went to college, said I was never coming back. It's the first thing I did after I went to graduated from college and just never, I mean, I just love to, I don't know. I love it here. I love to work here. All my family's here. So it's been
Like
good.
all in-laws, everybody, cousins, everybody. Like you guys go deep in Texarkana.
Yeah, I mean, we have a small family, but my siblings, for the most part, are here. I have two brothers, a sister, and a stepbrother, and all of their husbands and wives, they're all here. And then I've got a couple of stepbrothers that are not here. But other than that, yeah. So
Yeah, so you guys are thick out there. But that's also like unique, right? How do you think like being connected to your hometown has shaped your business and the business culture at PH Companies?
it's been huge. I have a lot of knowledge, about the growth that this town has seen. I mean, where the Target sits right now used to be a cow pasture, and I remember that when I was a kid. I mean, you know, so one of the relationships that I've garnered is with one of our local hospitals. So anytime they have anybody coming in, physician, surgeon,
Oh,
CEO,
yeah.
CEO, whatever, they call me and I actually take these people around town and give them tours and give them some history, some education on the town. And then obviously when they come here, we get those buyers as clients.
Yeah, you do. Good job on that. Great job on that.
But they come
Um,
to us because they know I've got information that is helpful to somebody who knows nothing about this area.
love that. Like getting that doctor, getting that local business connections. It's so crucial. What's next for you out there? I know you've been getting into the investments too, right? Like buying more stuff.
Yes, so that's been huge for me. That's been amazing actually. Which it's so weird, especially when you're on the design side and the real estate side, how you don't automatically think of it for yourself when you're in the real estate world. You
Totally.
always
So
you're
weird.
like finding it for other people, but it's switching it over to thinking of yourself is not easy. So when I made that switch, it's been amazing. So like I am buying properties and flipping them and buying and holding them at a pretty steady rate. And I mean, my portfolio for my buy and holds is just continuing to grow, which then again is helping my property management company grow. But my goal for 2026, I've set it is I want to buy my first multifamily. I'm going to either buy it or build it. I haven't decided which one yet, but
And is all your stuff in Texarkana?
yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to our friend who you've been working with on that. Do you want to give him a shout out?
Absolutely. Brandon Brittingham. He has been an amazing mentor and coach to me. He has taught me so much about the investment side. Math has always been my worst subject, and it's not something that comes easy to me. So he has helped me learn it in a way that's simple. And then people like Casey Quinn with Accruity, everybody that's been teaching with Brandon has been a huge help. And I mean, if you're not in the investment side, you should be. I used to think that wholesaling was like icky, but I just realized that the wholesalers that were in the business were icky and the actual process is not. So once I learned that, we've been able to help so many people with distressed properties or distressed situations, and they are so thankful. They've been so thankful.
Awesome. Yeah. Shout out
Yeah.
to Brandon. Shout out to you for implementing that. I'm not a flipper or a buyer holder. In 2008, I was, and I decided I got some PTSD still, Lauren. Right. So the only house that I own is this house that I live in. However, I like doing syndications and I like
Yeah.
doing them with good people like Brandon. So
Yes.
absolutely good stuff. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to you. So what's next?
What is next for me is we're about to have we're going to get a lending company in here. So that'll be the next thing that we do.
Hell
And
yeah.
then honestly, just keep growing my investment side, which has been a huge push towards my design business and my property because my design business runs all the projects for the investment side. And
Hell yeah.
then we get all the management from the investment side. So it's been, I mean, it's like a no brainer. And then a lot of the things that we get on the investment side, I would say about a third of them turn into listings. So it's a funnel for all of the companies. So I think that's a no brainer. And it's also a massive, massive tax strategy savings. So I've learned so much about cost segregation. Will not be paying any taxes this year. So that's amazing. And I don't plan to pay taxes as long as I can for many years to come because I'm going to keep doing this investing stuff and cost seg.
That's so awesome. How about what's next for the team?
Next for the team is we have some lofty goals for next year. We've set some transaction goals that we want to hit and recruiting. On my part,
Hell yeah.
I'm going to be focusing on recruiting. I am one of those that John Cheplack probably rolls his eyes whenever about what I'm going to say, but I love also my people that are here. I have worked so hard on getting such a great group, and my people that are here are amazing. So I think that my people here can go do the same amount as if I brought 10 more agents in. So they know that. They know that I believe in them, but they also know that it's a business and that we have to keep people coming in. So we put a lot of time and effort into who's here, but we will also be doing some recruiting. So
Good. What advice do you have for that agent or team leader or anybody that's listening overall? Maybe it's a mom, maybe it's a dad. What advice?
So the advice that I have honestly is to get out of your own way
Mm,
and just do it. So the thoughts that you allow in your head is exactly what you will do and who you will be. So if you're constantly telling yourself, oh, I don't think I can do that, or I'm not good enough, or I don't know, that seems too hard, then you're not good enough and it is too hard. I mean, so you've got to tell yourself if you want something, tell yourself that you can do it and that you're going to do it. Yeah, it's going to be tough and it's going to be a crap ton of work, but you can do it. So you just need to get out of your own way and allow it to happen. And I had to learn that. It was a slap in my face when I finally learned it. And I thought I've been wasting my whole life being mediocre, until I decided that what am I doing? Like I can actually be something major great and I can make a huge impact on my community. And the only person standing in my way is me. So I had to learn to get out of my own way.
I love that. That's such good advice for everybody. I hope everyone listening and watching thinks about that because she nailed it. If somebody wants to send you a referral in Texarkana, what's the best way for them to do that or follow you on social?
Follow me on social. I'm the_Lauren_Callaway as my Instagram name. And you'll find me on Facebook as Lauren Callaway Francis. Francis is actually my married name, but I'm known as Lauren Callaway. So
All
yeah.
right. So, you guys, this was so awesome. Like, very rarely, and you too, Lauren, like, you're doing a lot of things right. I'm super excited to see where you go. It sounds really cool. And I love, you know what? It's like that Texas vibe. You're out there hustling. It's that Texas vibe. It reminds me of one of those TV shows.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing all those same things.
Yeah, I know. And I'm not stopping anytime soon. I
Hell
mean,
no. Why friggin' would you?
no, I'm not. So,
That's so cool. I just love like just the multi-faceted like real estate angle. You ever
yeah.
talk to Reside co-founder Nick McLean about this kind of stuff?
I've never talked to him about anything other than the property management. He's helped me on that regard, but just listening to him speak anytime I've ever watched any of his Zooms or anything he's somebody that I definitely need to have some further conversations with for
You
sure.
do. He knows this real estate stuff very, very well,
Yeah.
too. Very, very well. All right. So thank you for sharing your story and your perspective. I just love the success and the purpose that you're doing out there in Texarkana and being local. It's just so cool to me, right?
Thank
Everyone watching and listening, if you've enjoyed this episode, which I'm sure you have, make sure to hit like and subscribe. It really helps us grow and keep bringing you amazing guests like Lauren today. Don't forget to check out the links in the description to learn more about Lauren and the PH companies. I'm Suneet Agarwal. And thank you for listening to the Reside Platform Podcast. See you next time.
Bye, guys.